Hey, welcome. All right, let there be light, and there was light. So this is going to be the third video on what's it titled? Yeah, it's perhaps the Catholic doctrine have been trying to tell us, and this will be CCC. So I use the alphabet letters to as 1, 2, 3, meaning A, and I use AAA or BBB or CCC and so on, of course. All right, so perhaps they have been trying to tell us that Mother Eve and the Virgin Mary is one and the same, and that when the reference of the Mother of God made to Mary, in reference when Mary is being made as the Mother of God, or called or referred to as the Mother of God, it's really that they are referring to Mother Eve. Now that's what I'm saying. Perhaps that's the message that had been conveyed all along, but we had not really paid close enough attention to understand. And perhaps some people have, but it's not that prevalent that we all, or the layperson, or whoever, or everyone would think in that way, as in the same way, or indoctrinated that way, because we are indoctrinated to say, Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee, the Lord is with thee. Now, there's the Lord is referred to as Christ, and the Lord is with the Hail Mary, full of grace, the Hail Mary, who is the Mother of God. So are we talking about mother and son here? Are we talking about mother? This is really, so mother is mother and son, and mother and, well, God, of course. So when we talk of God, we have been talking about God as the overall masculine father. So there's the other thing. Let's look at father and mother and Virgin Mary. Of course, we have looked at, oh, I left my pen exposed. Okay, so before we look, we have Father, father. Left my pen exposed. Hope you can see this. And then, of course, father is 31. I've done this, so it's 6, because F is 6, right? Okay, pen is coming along. So 1, 2, 8, 5, 9. So that's father. Okay, and when we add this is 10, 20, 20, 31. So 31, of course, that's the calendar month. We could say 31, the month. It's like mouth. I always see month as mouth. So there, it's like the th, it's just like played around a little hair. So the month is the mouth. Or the M, again we have the M, which is the 3 hair in 31. I have done this whenever we have the 3, we are doing the M word, like mother, money, mature, memory, many, moon, all those words. Okay, so let's do mother. Mother, M-O-T-H-E-R, is 7. I remember this. So it's 4, 6, 2, 8, 5, 9. When we add this is it here. 4, 6, 2, 8, 5, 9. So this is 10. This is 24, 30, 34. So 3 plus 4 is 7. Okay. So mother is 34. Now 7. Of course, we see here that mother and serpent, S-E-R-P-E-N-T, which we have done 1, 5, 9, 7, 5, 5, 2. When we add this together, this is 10, 20, 25, 26, 27. 27 plus 7 would be 34. Right. 3 plus 4, of course. 3 plus 4 is 7. Okay, so mother, M-O-T-H-E-R, let's just see, because serpent is 7 letters. Mother is also, that's 2, 4, 6 letters. Okay. Now, of course, it begins with the M word, as we say. Now, what I am trying to show here is that the serpent, which is 7, which is present, which is Satan, which is 7. I'm trying to get the 7 words out. We had so many of them. Serpent, which is present. So this is mother. This is the mother. And we were told that the mother is the mother, or the serpent was the wisest of all creatures. The word wisest, I think, was used, which is 591512. So this is 10, 20, 23. Now, wisest, because this is, remember, we are talking about a numerical construct. All of the Bible, the Holy Bible, and Mother Eve also tells me it is also the Torah as well. The Jewish Bible is also a numerical construct. Now, I hope it is safe for me to say that, because it's not about offending anyone, but it's really understanding where we are coming from. It's a numerical construct. Now, these words that I am doing here as well, we could say, well, how would that be in the Jewish Bible, for instance? But I have seen very much the correlation of the essence. So if they were to use, well, that I would have to do another time. But I have seen how the numbers still correlates in the essence and meaning of what they portray. So there is a strong correlation. So Father is 4, which is foundational again. So it's like a double foundation we're saying, which may sound like I'm contradicting what I said earlier about the South, S-O-U-T-H, and about rock, R-O-C-K, and foundation, with the word foundation as well, meaning 11, and when we add 2 ones together, that gives us 2. So there is foundation, we see that, but it is foundation of the masculine construct that we have been given. So if we notice, for instance, in the Catholic Church in particular, they have taken on the foundation of the number 4 as foundation, which is the house, 4 pillars. Okay, 4 pillars of a house. Sorry, but they, in that 4 pillars for the house, as we know that the priests always wear a gown. The gown, so the priest always wears a gown. Okay. Oh, let's do the priest. He wears a long gown. And, okay. So that's the priest. Okay. Well, his head is perhaps, okay. Let's give the priest, and he wears a thing on his head, doesn't he? Okay. All right, so that's the priest. Okay, but he wears a gown which takes on the characteristics or role of the mother. So that as well would seem to lend credence to the argument or theory should we call it a theory, that the world was populated and still, excuse me, is very populated with the feminine. And so, but of course, to compensate for that attribute, the men took on the feminine aspect of that nurturing to really, or image, we should say, took on that image to really try and exhibit that feminine aspect of of Mother Eve, or how women were in abundance before there was man. Now, I can imagine that few men might be thinking, well, this is a lot of nonsense. Now, I must admit, I didn't look up or follow up on Dr. Blair's research, although he gave out the reference, or reference for the reference, if you could say. If you want the copy of this research, you can call me, contact me, that sort of reference. I didn't follow up on that, but a lot of the teachings that were there, when it says that the divine feminine, that's the goddess. And Dr. Blair was also a pastor. He's deceased now. He was also a pastor, a researcher, I think he was a scientist, and many more things that would really show that there was some authenticity in his teaching. So I'm just making reference on that. I haven't seen it myself, and nor have I done the research on that myself. Now, for this presentation, I just really want to draw the reference to, it's really Mother Eve is really trying to get us to understand where we are coming from, and it's that we pay attention. It's not really to dismiss the aspect of having that mother instinct or motherly instinct. The motherly instinct is still very present with Mother Eve, hence why she's asking us to come home. There is so much she wants to teach us of her story. It is story time. It is really like saying, this is story time. Now, what concerns me, why I'm also looking at my interests through this process too, I must admit, I am looking out for my interests, because I can feel it in my gut that we are approaching a very crucial time where Mother Eve has shown us about the 5th and the 8th dimension. The 5th and the 8th dimension is really where Mother Eve teaches us that we have come to the end of a 7,000-year cycle, and now we are moving into a 7-year cycle. So we know that there are cycles on top of cycles, but there are intercycles. So there is an intercycle that we are moving into, which is a 7-year cycle. This is the 7-year cycle that astrologers are talking about with Uranus. Uranus is like to say that we are going to be chased, or we may have the tendency to want to run from Uranus for that which is going to happen in our lives, our makeup. And I cannot escape this. I will not even attempt to escape this, because when someone's in your house, what do? Do you leave your house, run away and leave your house for them? Where will you go? If you're going to run away from your house, your own house, how are you going to be able to stand firm in any space whatsoever? Because the likelihood is that they may do whatever they please in your house. And even if you being in your house while they do that, at least you'll be able to hopefully have some kind of dialogue with them, or observe what they are doing, or see what they are doing, Or perhaps you might even be able to have some kind of dialogue with them to say, how about we do it this way? Your own presence might influence the way they do what they do. So I can't run away from my own house, which is the first, my first house, and the second house of the zodiac sign, and it is the earth sign. So the earth sign, of course, is that which is necessary to ground every other sign, if you like. We are foundational in this sense. Hence, Uranus, if I remember clearly, equals 22. On 22 or 20. Let's see. URANUS. And of course, there are two U's in there. This is where we are saying again, we will be faced with our W. With our W. Okay, let's try this red pen. So this is 391,531. Adding this up, 10. This is 18, 19, 20, 22. I have a good memory. Okay, so 22, of course, is the 4. So here, of course, I was talking about father equals 4. And of course, we have seen 4 also is 2 from the sacrifice template. So the sacrifice template, in case you're new to this channel, of course, do check out Introduction to Crime a Queen on YouTube. 2018, that's what it's called. So do check that out, and it will give you an in-depth understanding about how we devised or we came across this wonderful template, which has proven to be very robust. And of course, it's over a year now since we are using this template, which is Mother Eve, and it's devised around the sacrifice of Jesus Christ. Of course, sacrifice. But now we have seen how the word sacrifice has impacted on our lives in this template. This is where it is said, when you are in Christ, you are a new creature. There's another thing I wanted to say as well. With the Virgin Mary being number 6, we can see number 6 right here. In fact, it's Hail Mary. Hail Mary is 6. And have I done Virgin Mary? So Virgin Mary is so of course we have Mary is 21. Now that's another thing that I thought with Hail Mary. I really ought to point this out. We see that it's 21. The word hail is 21 and Mary is 21. Now they both consist of 4 letters. That's another thing. Hail is 4 letters and Mary is 4 letters. So we see how 8 is very significant or symbolic right there in Hail Mary, the number 8. This is where Mother Eve ate of the fruit. So we can see there is another relationship right here with Mother Eve having ate of the fruit of good and evil right here. So we have 8 letters, but there's here, this equals 21, and this also equals 21. There is a lot about 21. No wonder it is said that it requires 21 days to make a habit or break a habit. You know, you can build a new habit in 21 days. Build a new habit of breaking a habit, or build a new habit or break a new habit of building a new habit. Whichever one you choose, just make sure that you have one to replace the other. So that's what it's again, the replacement. There we see that the word woman equals 21. And where Christ, of course we are talking about the sacrifice template, where Christ served the bread, that equals 21. So Hail Mary, Mary is the bread. That's what Christ was offering to the disciples, the nurturing aspect, which 2 + 1 is 3. 3 is the M word. 3 is Mother Eve. 3 is the M. We'll get back to Uranus. And this is where Mother Eve is really trying to remind us, or the word 20 or the number 21. Here we have E, we have W, and 3. And this becomes the 8-petal flower. Of course, we see Hail Mary. This is what we are talking about. So there would be, in essence, we could say 2 flowers right there. Right there. So, of course, 8 plus 8 is 16. 1 plus 6 is 7. We are back with doing the serpent thing, the snake. Of course. All right. So, there are so many things that converging here in the essence of preparing. It's the essence of preparing for the 15th of May. I think this is really crucial for particularly for the earth signs and for the Mayborns, and those I think who, like myself, who are really so close. You couldn't be closer to home than the 15th of May, like my birthday. So this, in essence, I am home. I am feeling that earnest to clean my house, clean my mind, clean my spirit, really prepare. And I'll be doing more presentations on how I have been preparing for this, for the visitor who is going to be entering my house. And I am told that it's every 70 years. We see the number 7 here as well. Is 7 is like the serpent is present here again. So it's like mother and father, because we see the 7, it's as if the serpent has just push. It seems like the serpent is pushing the number 4 forward. Now, of course, when we do the numerical value for the word 4, I think the word 4 equals, not I think, it equals 6. So it equals 6. Then we go back to the Hail Mary, full of grace. And it seemed like we're going to have the need to really say a few Holy Marys or Hail Marys for the time ahead. Okay, now let's do the Virgin. The Virgin. I have already outlined the numbers here. So there's how I count. 3 9s are 27, and 7 would be 34. 34 plus 4 is 38. 38, 39, 40, that would be 43. So 4 plus 3 is 7. Now 7 plus 3, so the Virgin now. There we are. This is the Virgin who is mother, who is the serpent. Now, perhaps, please do not get offended if you are a Catholic, that I am referring to the Virgin here as the serpent or as mother. So mother, Virgin mother. The Virgin is mother. So we can see the correlation of how the numerical values and the numerical constructs are in place in all these wordings that we are having. So it'd be interesting to really break down this prayer and see what the numerical value is for this prayer and what it represents. Does it come to the number 7, where we are just saying mother altogether? Does it come to the number 2, where it is it equals 13, where I have been talking about 13 as the incubator, and 13 is also the number 2? Now, or does it come as number 1, which is also number 7? So there we are. We have been looking at number 13 as the bee, the beehive, the bucket, the basket, the bread, the breast. And most of these words as well also equals 21, which is the M letter again that forms the 3 or the E or the W and so on. So basically, we can see that there is, so far, there is a strong correlation with Mother Mary, Virgin Mary, the Virgin Mary, or Hail Mary, and Eve, Mother Eve, the serpent. Yes, or the said God. So when we speak of the said God, that correlates with Hail Mary. And when we speak of the Virgin Mary, the Virgin is the serpent. Virgin Mary together, of course, if we add this together, that becomes 10. Now that would take us right back to Genesis of chapter 1, verse 2, where God, of course, and there was darkness upon the face of the deep. The darkness, of course, would be 10. Or when it is said, and in the beginning God created heaven and earth. Heaven would be 10. And earth, we know, is 7. Now that's another thing. On all these sevens that I have been making reference to, of course, we can't leave the heart of the message out, because the heart of the message is really, when we do the word heart, H-E-A-R-T, or we do the word earth, E-A-R-T-H, we are really talking about number 7. So here, because they are synonymous, so 5, 1, 9, 2, 8. When we add this together, this is 10, 20, 25, 2 plus 5 is 7. So we are talking about, so the virgin is the earth. The earth was the virgin, of course. Now, the heart is the virgin. But the virgin we see have had a son. And the virgin is really the mother of all living. And that's Mother Eve. That's the earth. That's the heart. And we know that I have done a series of words that come from the word heart or earth, the word air. So when we look at the word air, it's in the middle of the heart. Or the word hair, H-E-A-R. Or the word hot, or he, or her. And basically, we can see right there from the onset, when Mother Eve, the serpent, gave the contracts to the business of creation to the other gods, she knew exactly what was going to be, because by giving of those contracts, and there was the dry earth, the dry land, which was called earth, and the waters and all of those things, Mother Eve was already implicit in all of those things, implicit in the earth as well as in our heart, or explicit in the earth and implicit in our hearts. We could say that. So in our heart, this is why in the teachings of Christ, he says there is all manner of evil in the heart, because there is hate. The word hate is in the heart. The word hot is in the heart when we feel hot-tempered. The masculine and feminine, is in the heart. That means polarities is in the heart and also in the earth. And all that constitute the virgin. So the virgin actually has everything. Perhaps we should have another definition for the word virgin. Virgin is that which contains everything, that has not been defiled. Let's say it like this. Or have not been tampered with. That's it. But has everything in it. Everything consists in the virgin, just that it had not been tampered with. So it's to say the virgin is pure. When something is pure, it is implicit in that it is pure from an external interference. So I leave this with you. I hope you have found this helpful or entertaining, because we are about fun. Fun is Mother Eve. Mother Eve is the one taking us round, round and round the mountain when she comes. That's what the rhyme is about. It's Mother Eve. She'll be taking us round and round the mountain when she comes, and that's what is happening. But Mother Eve wants us to, some people just want the shortcut to everything. But the Eve is saying, no, there is no shortcut. You may have done a shortcut, but now I want you to take in the view. I want you to take in the essence of all this creation, all this beauty, all this love, all these polarities, that which has made you. Basically, you're not just going to have just sail through without a scar or something, just to say I have arrived, and you're there, and then you say what next, and you're just there. No, Mother Eve really wants you to know what consists of the table, what the table is made of, the table that you're ready to sit at to have this meal, what it entails to dig the soil, plant the seed, nurture it, prune it, and harvest, and so on. Mother Eve wants us to experience all that which is number 10 we are talking about. Thank you for watching. I hope you love this, and like I do. When I say love this, I mean the essence of what Mother Eve is conveying. And basically, I am just really enjoying this because although I could feel a thrust of excitement and ambivalence with that excitement which is to come in my birth chat, but still I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this. I hope you do too. Let there be light, and there was light. Namaste, and spill over with love.